Welcome to the HETV Game of the Week. I'm John Anderson. Tonight we have Barrington hosting Glenbrook South. Barrington is coached by Joe Sanchez, and he's been here a long time. On the other side of the field, Glenbrook South has a new head coach, Dave Schoenwetter, who is the son of Bob Schoenwetter, who coached Glenbrook South back in the 70s and the early 80s. Last year, Barrington defeated Glenbrook South by the score of 50-23. A total of 73 points scored last year. Barrington scored 40 points or more in 8 out of 11 games, but they allowed 20 or more in 7 out of 11 games. So the defense is something that Barrington would like to improve this year. They've got a great offensive program, and they've been one of the highest scoring teams in the state of Illinois the last couple of years. If their defense could step it up a little bit, they'd be a state championship possibility, as they were last year for a while. Clearly, Barrington would like to improve its defense, and in that regard, they've got two real prime players. They've got two 135-pound defensive end, and Blake Holly, a 5'11", 215-pound linebacker. Both have committed to go to the same place. They'll both be playing for the Naval Academy. One challenge tonight for Barrington is that they don't have Johnny Davidson anymore. They're starting a new quarterback, a junior, Ray Nero. He's heralded as a good passer, but this is his very first varsity game. So the challenge here is coordination with the team and the live action in a real game as opposed to practice. So we probably can't expect a performance like the performances of Johnny Davidson last year, but they say he'll be a good one, and perhaps he'll have a good night tonight. Glenbrook South has a good offense, or had a good offense last year. They scored 31 points or more six out of 9 times, but their defense was really weak last year. They allowed 34 points 6 out of 9 games, and so they too have to work a lot on defense. And I think both of these clubs probably put in a lot of time preseason working to shore up their defensive football. I think some of that work on defense may result in a little lower scoring game this time around than 73 total points, and with some new players on offense, that'll contribute to that as well. I've looked into the possibilities as far as what Dave Schoenwetter, the new coach, will do, and it's said that his offense will be a quick, short pass offense where the quarterback drops back, gets rid of the ball right away. And to counteract that, Barrington will probably have to clamp down a lot on defense in order to try to snuff out those short passes. Otherwise, they can just go up and down the field all night if you don't do that. I saw Loyola Academy do that to Bartlett a couple of years ago, and Bartlett never closed in on the short passes, and it resulted in Loyola just moving all night long. I think that Glenbrook South might want to emulate some of the defenses that Glenbrook had back years ago when the father of Dave was the head coach. I was living in Glenview at that time, and I was at a game back in 1978 that sticks out in my mind. Glenbrook South had a real swarming, tough defense, and they beat a very good Marist team 23-0 with a suffocating defense. And we'll see if Dave borrows some of the defensive schemes that his father used to use. One of the write-ups I read about Schoenwetter, he's put a lot of emphasis on mental alertness, focus, positive thinking. So we'll see if that's manifested on the field tonight by his players. Last year, Barrington had an overall record of 9-2. They had a very good season. Unfortunately, in the playoffs, they suffered a very tough loss, 56-59 to Marist. It's very, very tough when your offense goes out and scores 56 points and you still lose the game, but that's exactly what happened. Glenbrook South went 4-5 last year. It was the last year of Coach Knoll, and he had a very good run of playoff teams, but last year they did not make the playoffs. Max Preps rates Barrington the 27th best team in the state of Illinois preseason, whereas Glenbrook South is only ranked 170th, so there's a pretty big gap there. Some key players for Barrington. Barrington has about as many college recruits as they've had. They've had 3 and 4, I guess, in the past, but this is toward the high end. They've got Jackson Perkins, as I said before, Navy, Blake Holly, the linebacker, Navy. They also have wide receiver Josh Babish, North Dakota State is where he's committed, and offensive lineman Nick Bart is at this point uncommitted. He's a very big offensive lineman. I think he comes in at about 6'3", 6'4", 295 pounds, and there's a number of major colleges looking at him. Other players that are key players for Barrington would be the quarterback, of course, coming in, starting his first game. And then there's Logan Mays, who will be the primary running back this year for Barrington. Some key players for Glenbrook South will include their quarterback, a senior starting his first game, Brent Borey. Then they have a defensive lineman, Caleb Young, who's a standout, and a linebacker, Noah Acosello, and another one named Ryan Tasimek. So a couple of linebackers. They play a 4-3 defense with a cover 2 behind it. There really is somewhat of a manpower difference here tonight between Barrington and Glenbrook South. Barrington has a 69-man squad with quite a few returning starters and players that have played a lot. And then they have the 4 major college prospects that I mentioned, and there's also 1 or 2 others that are on the bubble that might be recruited before the year is out. And Glenbrook South has only a 51-man squad, only 5 returning starters, and no major college prospects. I think new coach Dave Schoenwetter will probably did a good job of preparing his team for tonight's game, but I suspect that they will be outmanned by this bigger, stronger, more physical Barrington team, and a very well-coached Barrington team, a team that's had a great offense over the last few years, and we look for the defense to come along tonight, and we look here for Barrington to do well in this game tonight.
And here they come, the 2016 Barrington Broncos.
And here are the Barrington Broncos out on the field. Getting ready to start the game, 30 seconds to go.
Playing the same opponent that they played last year, and this is the second, at least the second game in the series, and this game has nothing to do with the crossovers that the Mid-Suburban West and the Central Suburban South have entered into. Those games will take place third and fourth games of the season, and I know Barrington is going on the road to Evanston for one of them, and I believe they're playing Maine South here for the other. But those crossover games were put in during the off season here. It was a way of upgrading the size of opponents and consistent with that, the competition level by replacing smaller schools in the Mid-Suburban East with big schools like Evanston and Maine South and New Trier. And so we'll see an uptick in the competition third and fourth weeks of the season when we go against the big schools from the Central Suburban League, which is their South Division. The schools from our Mid-Suburban League East will be playing the Central Suburban North, which is the smaller schools in the Central Suburban. But this was previously scheduled, so as a result of this, Barrington will play 3 Central Suburban South teams this year.
Well, it will be interesting to see how the new lineup, the new matchups, help these Mid-Suburban West teams get ready for the playoffs. They'll be playing bigger, stronger schools, and it should help them prepare for the postseason.
It should work that way, and then and it should provide, from a fan standpoint, the game should be closer. Last year, I think it was something like the West beating the East, something like 12-3 or something like that.
There's the kickoff from Matt Infante. He's broken through and out to about across the 35.
All the way to the 37 there on that return by Glenbrook South.
Did not see who returned that for Glenbrook, but was able to break through the line and pick up some good yardage there. So Glenbrook starting good field position. There's a pitch out.
Brought down there by number 12 for Barrington, I believe.
Brett Bohr on the
That's Jack.
Pitch out there.
Limited that gain to very little, about a yard and a half or so. So far, starting out with a couple of runs,
Got a handoff to the motion man, number 29, Jake Smiley, picks up about a yard.
3rd and 7, so this one of the main themes of the offense of Glenbrook South is supposed to be the short pass, and this would be an obvious place for it right here. Short and very quick, not waiting for a second or third receiver to open up, but picking somebody and going for it right away.
3rd and 7, there it is, behind him.
Just a little bit behind him, so that brings up 4th down, and Barrington will be set to receive a punt here.
Pass intended for number 11, Tony Jaffitta. 6'4", 195. Yep, pass low and behind him. Not much of a chance to catch that at all. So on 4th and 7, Glenbrook South will punt.
We've got Logan Muse back for the punt, along with Alex Andrea for Barrington.
Short punt.
Andrea looks at it, lets it bounce, and it's got a Glenbrook South roll, and it's down to about the 20-yard line.
About 13 yards of roll there at first hit, about the 33, and rolled dead at the 20. So not bad yardage despite the short punt. Barrington coming out.
This will be our first look at the new quarterback taking over for Johnny Davidson, who is now at Washington University as a student and as a football player there.
So 3 wides to the right, 1 to the left, handoff up the middle, not much there. Stuffed right at the line. So Logan Mays on the carry goes nowhere. So 2nd and 10.
Got a 4-3 defense front there for Glenbrook South.
Hand off to number 3, Ray Nero. Looks like he picked up about 5 on that.
That's the quarterback for for Barrington, running with the football, and picked up a little yardage. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Oh, offsides.
There's a flag flying there, so that should about do it for a first down here.
And the Broncos say thank you very much. We'll take the yardage and the first down.
Just what coaches hate to see after they had a couple of fairly decent stops. Somebody goes offside and there's a first down.
Well, I think the Barrington coaches like to see that.
It's all a matter of which side of the field you're on there, you know.
Makes a handoff. Oh! Good D by number 20 there, Noah Ecosella. Able to get a hand on that across the middle. Ecosella, the 6'1", 190-pound linebacker. Now rolling to his right.
Rolling.
Got it.
Got Babish.
Yeah, Babish. Good for about 15.
He's 6'6", 220 pounds, and he's I believe it's North Dakota State commitment. He's one of the major college players on Barrington this year. There are 4 of them right now, and perhaps another 1 or 2 to be added before the season is out.
No, handoff up the middle. Good for about 2.
Logan Mays running the football this year. He was more active as a receiver last year.
Quick pass out in the flat to Giffen Gabbert. Good for about 7 yards. So 3rd and 3 coming up. Trips left. Handoff. Faked. And he's going to be sacked.
Big loss. Good size loss on the play there, about
7 or 8 yards on the sack there.
And that'll bring up 4th down and a punting situation.
Would have been better if they had handed that off. But hindsight is 20/20. 7:35 left in the first quarter. 0-0.
So far, the defense is looking a little better than they did a year ago when there were 73 points scored between these two.
Oh, low punt. It's at the 33 and goes out of bounds at the 33. So, McMully, the punter, not a whole lot of yardage on that.
Yeah. Angled off to the right and went out of bounds. And that sets up Glenbrook South at their own 33-yard line.
So it's about where they started the first drive. See what they do here. Handoff up the middle, picks up a couple.
Barrington with a lot of people up on the line of scrimmage that time. Looked like about 5 or 6, including some linebackers that had stepped up onto the line.
Ethan Haig picking up 2 there. Picks up about 3 off the right side.
So it's 3rd and 4. Probably see another one of those quick pass plays where quarterback just gets it and immediately unloads it.
So 3rd and 5, fakes the handoff.
Holding on to it.
Oh, he's able to juke a man, break the tackle, and picks up 2 yards before being brought down.
Just a little short of a first down, and here comes the punting team.
Now Barrington defender able to meet him in the backfield, slow him down, trip him up. So 5:40 left in the first quarter here.
There's 99 getting close to blocking that punt.
Okay, hits at the 30, bounces to the 25, and then returned. Number 7
boy.
able to break a few tackles there. He's still going. That's Alec Andrea.
Junior 5'11", 160, really put on some moves there, and Barrington is set up with, they're going to be at about the 32 or so of...
Like the 33 is where they're
33, just exactly where Glenbrook South started their last series. But this time it's the men in red taking over and going on offense with great field position after that punt return by Andrea.
Takes it to the motion man, dropping back.
Nero.
Puts it downfield, going for it all, and a touchdown. Josh Babbage.
Well, that was execution. There was a defender there, but an excellent pass by Nero. So with 5:05 to go in the first quarter, Barrington strikes for a nice long touchdown pass after that punt return, and Barrington goes out in front 6-0. Here's the conversion attempt.
And Nero under pressure on that, had a man in his face as he unleashed that ball. Kick is up and it's good. So Barrington jumps out to the early 7-0 lead.
Quickly turning that field position into a touchdown, and Nero showing us that he does have a good arm. That was a very well thrown ball.
So Nero fiddles and burns Glenbrook South. 33-yard pitch and catch. Officially longer than that, probably add 5 to that before he let it loose. So close to 40 yards through the air.
Wonder if he has some Roman ancestors going way back.
Could be. Maybe some Nero relatives.
That could be. So 7-0, 5:05 in the first quarter.
McInfante teeing it up, moves forward, and the kick is away, taking about the 5. Oh, hurdles the pile and then gets buried.
Hit hard and stopped at about the 20, looks like the 27 or so. 26 maybe.
Well, the Barrington defense looking pretty good so far here tonight. Hands it off the left side. Not bad, looks like he picked up about 4 yards.
Perkins in at left defensive end.
Hands off to number 3, David McGuire. Oh.
That was
Magliore.
almost right at Perkins, and he made the tackle. So here we go again. They've Glenbrook South with another 3rd and 5 situation.
Get the quarterback!
Oh, no gain on that play. Pass out to number 29 in the flat, makes one man miss and gets enough for the first down. Jake Smiley on the reception. So 1st and 10 from about the 42-yard line. Glenbrook moving the chains.
Watch the long pass!
High snap, hands off to the motion man, and he's tackled immediately. I believe that was number 41, Jacob Ramirez, the defensive back, 6 foot, 160. It drops him for no gain at all. There's a pass off the left side. Oh.
Just the effort by the defender there almost resulted in an interception, but he just went a little late, and it's a completion there that sets up a first down.
Didn't sell out going for the interception, was able to bring the man down when he missed it. If he'd have sold out, that'd have been a touchdown. Hand off to number 3 off the left side. Good for about 6 yards, it looks like. Looks like they're going to give him 7.
Let's go, defense!
Barrington with 3 down linemen now on 2nd down.
Hands it off again to number 3.
Pound right into the middle there, and it's very close to a first down.
Looks like
About a half a yard or so short.
Magliore about a yard short there. Hands off to the fullback. It's going to be very close. And he's got it. First down.
Best drive by Glenbrook South in the early going here. We've got 1:33 to 31. About a minute and a half to go in the first quarter here.
Couple completions, setting up some runs. There's a pass, going for it, overthrows number 11 there, Tony Jerfitta.
Glenbrook South looking very much like the maize and blue of Michigan. Even have the helmets that are very similar.
Look like the Golden Gopher helmets of Michigan. What is the Glenbrook South mascot?
It's the Titans. They did have a star player there years ago named Eric Anderson, who went to the University of Michigan and was a star there, captain of the team, I believe.
Get in there, Jackson! Oh!
Not much there. Ethan Haig on the carry. So 3rd and 10 coming up. Incomplete pass. Run for no gain. So Barrington with a chance to get off the field here.
With no damage, potentially, on the scoreboard at least.
Pitch out. Oh, number 20 lost it. Bounces. Couldn't corral it.
Down now.
They're picking that up.
Picking it up. It's just inadvertent flag. So big loss there. Recovered by Glenbrook South, but only after losing about 10 yards or so.
Casella may have taken his eyes off that. Just bounced right off his hands. Time running out here on the first quarter. And that's it. They'll switch sides and start over for the second period. Lake Zurich leading Frem 3-0. Hoffman 10-0 over Streamwood. And so those are the scores that they're flashing up on the scoreboard here at Barrington. So being close to midfield, they don't have to move the ball very far at all.
We've got pretty good football weather here tonight for opening game on August 26th. Just a week ago we had some temperatures up close to 90 and very humid, and really seemed like summer was in full force, but it cooled off just in time for football.
Very nice, about 70 degrees out there. Light breeze out of the southeast. About perfect for football. So here's the punt to come from Glenbrook South. Kick is away, left-footed kicker.
We're going to let it bounce, and it's spinning around, not going too far, but basically favorable to Glenbrook. And an effective punt. They've got Barrington been back
about the 10-yard line.
10-yard line there, so they've got a long way to go on this drive.
So we'll see what Barrington does down here in the shadow of their goalpost. Are they going to try to pound it out to pick up some yardage, or quick pass and try to pick up the chunky yards? Nero changing up the play, it looks like. Takes it, hands it off up the middle. Nice pickup, looks like about 6 yards. Mays on the carry there. They're giving him 6 on the carry.
Nick Bart in the offensive line there, number 73, has, from what I understand, some major college offers. He's 6'3", 285-pounder.
Quarterback keeper. Oh, big hole, and he's off to the races.
Really going. He's going to go all the way.
Nobody's going to catch him.
Looks a lot like the fellow that he succeeded. But we saw Davidson do that a few times, and Nero really showed us that he can move. He really turned up the speed there, turned up the burners, and that's right around a 90-yard run. And Barrington leaps out in front 13-0 here early in the right at the beginning of the second quarter. Here they're going for the kick now, the conversion.
Excellent fake on that. Huge hole up the middle for Nero, and just nobody able to catch up to him. There's the snap. It's low. Picked up by the holder.
It's broken up by a couple of Titan Glenbrook South defenders. So the score remains 13-0, 11:02 to go in the second quarter.
That snap bounced into Gabbard. He wasn't able to get it down cleanly, so he tried to put up a pass, not able to do it.
Hey, way to go, all line!
And sometimes those missed points come back to haunt you. But the way Barrington's been able to move the ball, I'm guessing that won't be the case tonight. So 11:02 left in the first half.
Couple of big plays. Barrington on about a 30-yard pass play. Nero throwing it in the end zone, and then Nero taking it all the way on a roughly 90-yard run. So two big plays by Nero. He's having a night that transcends the usual first game of a varsity player.
Gotta be loving that.
Sure, all the coaches are very pleased with his performance to this point in the game. It's very early, but he's been very impressive.
And Fonte moving forward. The kick is up and it's short, and it's out of bounds.
Out of bounds, so Glenbrook has a decision here to take it at the 35 or have another kick. Looks like they're going to take it at the 35.
35 is good field position. Mine's well.
Down 13-0 early, and field position is welcomed by Glenbrook South. We haven't seen quite as much passing out of them as I thought. They've been trying to establish their running game. I think they may open it up a little bit here. Here goes more running.
And Magliore, just no place to go. Picked up maybe a yard.
Met by the left side of that defensive line for Barrington and pulled down after a 1-yard gain.
Let's go, G!
Okay, quick pass off the right side. Complete up to about the 40. Back hitter out there to Jake Smiley, I believe.
There's that quick pass that's intended to be a staple of their offense this year.
So 3rd and 5 coming up here.
Borey starting out over the center.
Fakes the handoff, complete to number 20, picks up about 2 yards. So Acosella makes the catch, but no yards after the catch, and about 4th and 3 coming up here.
4th and 3, so here comes the punting team, and Glenbrook South will punt it away with a little over 9 minutes left in the first half, trailing 13-0.
So decent punt there.
So
Down
far,
about the
this
25.
Barrington defense looking good tonight. They had a great offense last year, but just a few too many points scored and against them a few too many times, and kept them from having a fabulous season. They had quite a good season. When you go 9-2, that's a very good season.
Yes, it is.
And their offense was fantastic last year. This defense appears to be improved from this little bit that we've seen of it.
Handoff up the middle. Picked up about 3.
Mays, who was out at wide receiver quite a bit last year, now running the football. Primary runner for, here he goes again. Spins and gets a few.
Now close to a first down. And it is a first down.
It is a first down. He spun his way out of a tackle there and got a first down. And Barrington has it 1st and 10 at about the 30, their own 36.
So pass out left. Oh, intercepted.
Stepped right in front of the intended receiver was number 7.
I think that's Cole Christian, number 2, that had that interception.
No,
Just
that
stepped right in front of that pass.
Andrea, who's been returning kicks for Barrington today, was the intended receiver, but that was an excellent example of just jumping a route and making the interception.
So Glenbrook with about their best field position of the evening here.
Coverage was a little snug there, but
So
Glenbrook got the interception.
they're going to start it at the Barrington 38-yard line. So we'll see what Glenbrook can do with this set of downs.
Over the center. Spins around. Now he's throwing deep left to a well-covered receiver.
Tony Gerfitta, the intended target, number 11. 6'4", 195. Good height, but not a lot of speed, it doesn't look like. He's been well covered tonight.
He was very well covered on that play, and never had much of a chance of making that reception.
They've tried that a couple of times and had the same result. And off to number 3 off the right side. Picks up a couple and gets knocked back. Magliori. Give him 2 on that. Bring up 3rd and 8. So the Titans just not able to get much going here offensively tonight. Fakes the handoff. Oh, good
boy.
defense by number 7, Andrea. Alec Andrea.
Andrea's been all over the place here tonight. He's been offense, defense, punt returns. He's a junior, 5'11", 160, with exceptional speed.
Looks like they're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Come on, defense!
4th and 8 or 9. Here's Borey. He's got his man. He's going to be very close. It looks like he's got a first down, perhaps.
Yep, made it by about 2 yards. So 1st and 10 from the 25. So Glenbrook South gambles on 4th down, and it pays off. Handoff off the left side. Good for about 3. Now 2nd and 7 coming up. 6:50 left in the half. And Glenbrook South with a chance to do something here.
Get that quarterback!
Borey over the center again. He's looking very quickly here.
Oh, intercepted. Chance to take it to the house.
Picked off. One guy has a chance, and he falls down. That'll go all the way for the touchdown. Any flags anywhere?
Don't see it. Number 31, Dave Lozio. 6'1", 185-pound linebacker, intercepts it and takes it to the house. Big play for Dave Lozio. Well, Glenbrook South picked off Barrington, and Barrington returns the favor and then takes it for the score.
Another big play for Barrington. That was probably about an 80-yard pass return, so they've scored on 30, 90, and 80 yards.
There's the PAT. It's down, up, and it's good. So Barrington
20-0.
out to the 20-0 lead.
Barrington showing some speed, some big play capability, but in between that, they're stopping a lot of basic stuff with their defense. The big plays are a positive for Barrington, but also their defensive play here. We're down to about midway in the second quarter, and we've got a shutout going here.
Barrington D looking pretty good here tonight. So the Barrington fans happy with that turnabout. 6:25 left in the first half. So Infante going to kick it off here again. And it's a short kick, and it's out of bounds again at the 11-yard line. So Glenbrook will put it in play at the 35.
With 6:25 remaining in the half.
So that's 2 in a row that Infante's put out of bounds. But Glenbrook South not moving it very far, so I guess it doesn't matter if their offense is starting at the 35.
Get the quarterback!
Up the middle. Picked up about 3.
Only one receiver out wide.
Again, hands it off to number 3, up to about the 40-yard line.
Glenbrook South, in contrast to so much that we've seen the last few years doing these games, we've seen so much of the spread offense with 2 receivers wide right and two left, and Glenbrook is going with some tight formations here, trying to pound the ball, but so far it hasn't resulted in any points on the board.
And they've been able to connect on a few pass plays, and then they had the interception.
Fremd is going back to an offense this year that will be more of a tight running, up the middle running offense. So that's a change from the spread that they've been using the last few years.
St. Charles North up on Schaumburg 7-3. Palatine losing to Stevenson 13-7. Conant and Bartlett
Hoffman
scoreless.
up 17-0 over Meadows, or over Streamwood. Maine South leading Montini. Montini is a defending state champion at a lower level. I think it was either 5A or 6A. I think it was 5A that they won.
Okay, 3rd and 5 here. Now, not a good pass intended for Acosella out there. Got a hand up on it. Not able to pull it in.
It's 4th down again. Here comes the punting team. And we've got 5:10 left in the first half. They didn't use much time, but they didn't go too far with that drive. Total of 5 yards.
Brett Beret just a little bit off with the passing game here tonight. So Andy Sirakidis back to kick it. Oh, a line drive. Bobbled and picked up at the 28.
Andrea again. This time they bring him down, number 44 on the tackle there. Jake Turk.
Ran a long way for 2 yards. So Barrington going to start off at their own 30. 4:58 left in the first half. So trips right, one receiver left. Single back in the backfield, goes in motion, and they pass it out to him. Number 10 sidesteps a tackler out to about the 39.
Coming out of the backfield, he was a receiver last year primarily, and makes a nice gain with that play.
So picks up about 9 yards on that play. So 2nd and 1 coming up here. Nice play for the Broncos.
Their offense has been outstanding the last 2-3 years now.
A handoff up the middle, big hole.
Here we go.
Mays.
Here we go.
Oh, he's going all the way.
It's in the end zone. 26-0 with 4:10 to go in the first half. Another big play. That's from about the 30 or so, about a 70-yard run or so.
That was 62-yard run.
62-yard run, okay. Barrington has scored on 30, 90, 80, and 62-yard plays. Glenbrook South showing great vulnerability to the big play here.
And a couple of those running plays. And the extra point is good.
Barrington getting off to an impressive start this season, and probably what's good news that their offense is doing so well. Their quarterback is doing very well for his first game, and the defense has been very sound tonight.
So there's the kick. Let's see if he can keep it in the field of play, and he does, taking about the 8-yard line. Number 29 brings it out to about the 25. That's Jake Smiley for Glenbrook South on the return.
He's one of the faster guys on the team and a wide receiver most of the time, I believe. Yeah, he's generally a wide receiver and did a nice job of returning that. So Glenbrook South has its work cut out, down 27-0 with 4:04 left in the first half. Barrington with a 3-man front and 4 linebackers off.
Bobbled snap. It was a little bit high.
Looks like Barrington is going to a defense here where the linebackers are easing off of the line of scrimmage and looking for the pass. They were all set back about 2-3 yards from the line of scrimmage. There are four 3-man front and then 4 linebackers off of the line by almost 3 yards.
So that snap high to Beret.
27-0. They're of course looking for the pass play here.
Lost 7 yards on that. Beret able to fall on it, at least keep possession of it. Nice run there by Magliori out to about the 30-yard line. About a 10-yard pickup. We'll make it 3rd and 7 coming up here.
Glenbrook playing fairly patient football here, not going crazy with long passes or anything, but trying to chip away and get on the scoreboard.
Well, the Glenbrook passing game hasn't done very much, so sticking with the run probably a good idea. There's a pass, and over the head of Jake Smiley.
A little high, yeah. And the punting team will come on again with 3:12 remaining, and we'll have to turn it over to this Barrington team that has the finesse and power to strike very quickly.
Brett Beret just having a bad night.
Barrington has had quite a number of one-sided victories the last 2 seasons, and they could be starting out with one right here.
Block that kick.
Dropped it, picked it up, able to get it off. Taken at the 40.
Fielded
That's
by
number 10, Logan Mays. As the hokey pokey picks up about 3 yards.
Glenbrook, lucky to get that off and settle for a fairly decent kick and limited return. So nevertheless, Barrington has it at about the 42 and plenty of time to add to their lead here, 3:04.
Yes, Glenbrook very lucky on that.
We haven't seen a lot of passes to Josh Babick tonight, and he's their 6'6", 220-pound receiver.
Hand off to number 15, the motion man, out across the 50-yard line. That's Mac Moley.
6'2", 190 pounds. He's got some size. Picks up about 8 yards on that play.
Molly also the punter for the Broncos.
Three receivers left.
Hand off to number 10 around the left side.
Play is running that way, but
picks up 4 yards, enough for a first down. So Mays picks up the first, moves the chains. 2:29 left in the first half. So back to pass, looking deep.
This is Nero again. He's just a little bit long, just a little long.
Pass intended for Alec Andrea. Just not able to catch up with that. A little more air underneath that, and he could have got it.
He's apparently perhaps the fastest guy on the Barrington team. I don't know that to be a fact, but he certainly has tremendous speed, and they're using him in these speed situations, kick returns, long bombs. Almost ran under that one.
He was able to get a little separation there.
Well, we've got 4 receivers out wide here. Spread formation.
Hand off to Mays, and he's tackled for no gain.
Goes right in the center of the line, and he's met there by, I think it's number 14.
Lost about
Glenbrook South.
a yard there, maybe half a yard.
Glenbrook and their 4-3 front set on defense. And 4 defensive backs.
Hands it to the motion man. Alec Andrea juggled it, able to pull it down, and didn't gain anything on that, but able to retain possession.
It'll bring up 4th down, and Barrington will have to punt it away with very little time left in the half. We're down to about a minute.
Well, the punting unit hasn't come out yet.
Maybe they're thinking about a pass play going, or some kind of play to go for it here. I guess they're going to run the clock down a little bit. Maybe take a penalty that wouldn't hurt them much here at all. If they take a 5-yard walk off and drain the clock, or here they call timeout before they have to take a walk off, and it's 39 seconds left in the half, so they squeezed a little time off the clock. Maine South up 20-7 over Montini. That's a impressive.
St. Charles 21-10 over Schaumburg. And Hoffman 24-0 over Streamwood.
St. Viator and Meadows 0-0 still. Was that Lake Zurich 2-0 over Fremd, I think?
Yes, that's what it looked like.
Yeah. Glenbrook North over Wheeling 21-7, I believe.
So Barrington getting sent to punt it away here. Molly back. Gets it away, nice punt.
Go out of bounds where you can't.
About the 10-yard line.
You don't risk a return. No use having a return with only 32 seconds. Forces Glenbrook to be satisfied with where it went out of bounds, and in this case it was an excellent kick. It really the ball is at the 12-yard line now with 32 seconds, so they took seven seconds off and punted them in deep with no return.
So handoff up the middle. Not much there. Call it a yard. Clock continues to run. They don't have to run another play if they don't want to. 10 seconds. They're just going to let it run out. So that's it. The end of the first half. The Barrington Broncos 27, Glenbrook South Titans nothing.
Barrington playing strong defense and then scoring on well-executed some long plays. 30-yard pass play to go up 7-0, then a 90-yard run by the quarterback Nero, and then interception return for about 80 yards after that in the second quarter, and then a 62-yard play for a touchdown to bring it to 27-0. Defense playing very well throughout the first half. There was one fairly good drive by Glenbrook South, and that got frustrated at about the 30-yard line or so. And so we're here at halftime with a 27-0 Barrington lead. So far the quarterback playing as if this is mid-season or something. He's done very well, Nero.
And just the opposite for Beret. Well, we'll be back with the second half in just a moment. Okay, the team's returning to the field. Barrington will be taking the kickoff here to start the second half, and they are leading 27-0. Really much dominating all phases here tonight.
Playing sound defense tonight. I think they're watching the center of the field better. The last game I saw was that Marist game, and they were dropping everybody off and left the center of the field open for the quarterback draw play. We haven't seen that tonight. They've been snug around the middle.
Bonder set with
There's
a line drive.
Andrea, who's had the ball a lot in the first half, and he's got it again, and he's going places.
Takes it at the 15.
He's still moving. He's still going. No, he's finally stopped.
Stopped at the 35. Broke a couple tackles, but just finally brought down.
So Barrington, which leads 27-0, starts off the second half with the football. Decent field position on this kickoff return.
About 20 yards on the
opportunity to go down the field and pad this lead a little bit.
Barrington stacking two receivers here on the left side. See if it's a little swing
Two left
pass.
and one wide right.
And there's only one DB out there covering. Handoff up the middle to number 10. Logan Mays picks up a couple.
Big offensive line for Barrington is just taking a toll on the defense of Glenbrook South. Providing time for the passer and blocks for the runners. lead off with just an up the middle play for about 3 yards here.
Again, up the middle. Tripped up right away, no gain. So Mays nowhere to go that time. So 3rd and 7 coming up here. See if Nero puts it up here. Stop and go route.
Oh boy, another big play, another monster play. Andrea, who has had quite a night, hauls that one in. And this is from about the 36-yard line, so about a 65-yard pass play to Andrea from Nero. Nero having a big night. And Barrington has now scored on plays of about 90, 80, 62, and 65 yards.
So Andrea selling the stop and go. He stopped. Defensive back came up to try to cut it off, and then he took off and was wide open. So extra point. Now 34-0. Barrington just on cruise control. And interestingly enough, they're spreading the touchdowns around. Nobody's got 2 on the night.
Babic got the first one on a pass, then Nero on a run, long run, 90 yards or so, then Lozio on an interception return for about 80. Mays, about a 62-yard run. And now this pass play from Nero to Andrea for about 65. So it's been a balanced offense, very well executed, and coming up with one big play after another. It all adds up to 34-0, and we barely started the second half. This is an impressive game thus far for Barrington. Unless they have a total collapse, it's going to be a big win for them.
There's the kickoff. Taken at the 8-yard line. Number 8, Andy Sirakides, able to make one-man miss and then taken down at about the 22, 23-yard line. And they're going to mark it at the 24, it looks like. Well, we'll see if Glenbrook South can get something going here. Hands it off up the middle, nowhere to go.
Looks like 99 on the tackle there. Big Jackson Perkins, Navy recruit.
6'6", 225.
Stuffed the running back on that play. Moved around with good agility.
Counter play. Picks up a couple. So 3rd and about 7 coming up here. There's not much going right here for Glenbrook South tonight. Oh, and there's a sack.
That was Is that 51 that got in there, I believe? Will Lenahan, defensive lineman, making the tackle there. He's senior, 5'11", 210 pounds. Moving quickly to make that tackle, brings up 4th down, and Barrington will have the football back again.
So Barrington just hitting on all cylinders here tonight.
There's a very high snap, and it's partially blocked, it appears. Now the flag went up. I don't know. It appeared that he touched it, but maybe not. Maybe it was just a bad kick, and we might have roughing the kicker here as a result of this.
Have to wait and see what they call it.
Looked like the ball may have been touched the way they're calling roughing the kicker, it appears.
Kicker.
Certainly the kick was unimpressive, and it appeared to have been perhaps brushed by the Barrington defender coming in. But perhaps not. Perhaps it was just a rushed bad kick. And we're going to have a walk-off against Barrington and a 1st down for Glenbrook South. That's what it appears to be.
Yes, it does. So Glenbrook South catches a break. They'll have it 1st and 10 from their own 39-yard line.
Barrington defense stays on the field.
So what looked like it might have been a big play for Barrington turns out to be a big play for Glenbrook. And able to pick up about 6 yards on that carry. So Jake Smiley able to get about 6 yards there. Back to pass, and it's blocked.
Blocked.
Knocked down at the line.
Barrington getting good penetration there. I believe that was 40 or 44. One of those two, perhaps both coming in. 40, Luke Kuhn, whose defensive lineman has been in a number of plays, playing in the middle of the defense there.
So fakes the handoff, keeper.
And rushed and
knocked away by number 41, John O'Byrne.
Good defense for Barrington all the way around. They almost sacked the quarterback, who managed to get it off, and then it was almost intercepted. And so brings up 4th down, just like that. They got a break, but on that roughing the kicker, which is probably an accurate call. I'm not saying the ref was wrong, but it was not a severe case of roughing the kicker, that such as we've seen sometimes. They just weren't able to do anything with it, so here they're punting again.
Gets off a line drive punt, taken at the 22.
Takes the line drive punt, and he's off and running here.
Breaks a tackle.
He's just caught there at about the 47 of Barrington. So nice return. He was almost off to the races there for a while.
Broke a tackle at the 40, able to pick up another 7 yards.
So with Barrington already leading 34 to nothing, 7:24 to go in the 3rd quarter, they start this drive with nice field position all the way out at their own 47-yard line.
So up the middle, number 28 on the carry, Ethan Glowacki.
That's a new running back seeing some action here. 5'9", 170-pound junior. Blowacki.
He's got the first down.
Here
And
goes
off.
Mays.
Mays for 2 or 3 there, up to the 40-yard line.
Stefan in that offensive line throwing some good blocks, and Mark Bach, 74, Stefan 79.
Eric Padilla, number 69, coming off. Quick hitter over the middle.
Right over the middle.
Number 15, Mark Molly.
Good sized target, 6'2", 190-pound senior. And that gives Barrington a first down. 27-yard line.
Molly yet to score on the night.
We got two spread out right. There's the
Keeper.
quarterback, Ray Nero going right on up the middle practically and getting nice yardage on that. It'll bring up second and a long 2, short 3 or so.
Just about everything Barrington tries tonight is working. Hand off again up the middle.
This offensive line is probably one of the better ones in the state of Illinois, and they're
First
creating
down.
some movement on every play. Quite a charge off the snap.
Michael Curran in the backfield now. He's got the ball and another first down.
Run right up the middle for big yardage there for first down, and that sets Barrington up. Are they saying it's a second? Still has a first down and
First and goal, looks like.
first and about. They're saying
Yeah,
now they change it to first. Barrington pounding it up the middle now. There's a little yardage picked up on that play.
Not much there. So second down coming up. Barrington substituting here. Got some new players out there. Get them some experience. Fake to Mays, keeper, and he's in. Just
Quarterback
able to
does a nifty job of running and just twists and turns into the end zone. That's another touchdown, and Nero continues his superb play here tonight.
just able to stay in bounds there.
The only redeeming thing for Glenbrook South was that was not a long touchdown play. But nonetheless, it was another touchdown play. We're at 40-0 with Barrington trying to make it 41. And it's 41. It's 41-0 with three.
And what do we need?
About 3:45 in the clock running.
What do we need for the running clock?
Yeah, that's what we've got. We 40, and so we've got a running clock now. So this this game will sort of evaporate very quickly here with the running clock. I was wondering why it didn't stop after the extra point, and sure enough, we've eclipsed the 39 points. You get to 40 points ahead of an opponent, and you've got a running clock.
Kind of a mercy rule here in football.
Something happened here. Now I thought I thought you didn't have a running clock between a score and a kickoff. I thought that they did stop it there, and perhaps they're going to put a few seconds back on. I don't know. But yeah, they just did. They just put 20 seconds back on. So but once we get back to normal plays from the line of scrimmage here, it'll be a running clock. So it's 41-0 with 3:40, and we're going to be in running clock mode here. And it's my understanding that that goes for the duration of the game, regardless. If this kickoff were returned, we'd still have a running clock.
Short kickoff taken at the 25, brought up to about the 35. That was number 14, Jalen Covington on the return.
Now we'll see every time they throw a pass incompletion, that clock will just continue running. Or somebody runs out of bounds, it'll just continue running. So it's going to be a short night of work in the booth here.
Griffin Gabbert, number 11, getting some work as a quarterback on the sideline. He may be coming in to take over. There's a handoff. Looks like he got about 5 yards up the middle. Ethan Haig on the carry there. Hands off to number 3. He's got a hole off the left side. Picks up about 10 yards out to the 48. Magliore with a nice pickup there.
One of the more impressive runs of the night for Glenbrook South. A little better blocking than they've had all night.
So Glenbrook South up to the line. Hands it off to number 3 off the left side again. Again, a good pickup for Magliore.
He's just a 5'5", 162-pound running back. Built low to the ground, but he runs with some authority.
Picks up about 6 yards there.
Barrington has crowded the line of scrimmage with their defense more tonight throughout most of the evening. Now they're backing off of it a little bit, but
there's a handoff to the motion man, and he picks up a couple.
as we go on, the evening is getting a little cooler, a little more typical football weather. It started out mild and relatively cool compared to what we've been having this August, and it's gotten a little cooler. Here's Glenbrook with a chance to possibly do something. Third and very short.
2. There's a handoff to
McGlory. He looks like he's got a first down going off left tackle.
He does. Needed 2, picked up 4.
Clock keeps ticking away. Even though you're moving the chains and everything, it just keeps ticking away. We're almost done with 3 quarters here with this running clock.
And they won't have time to get off another play here.
it will stop at the end of the quarter. That's one of the relatively few times when the running clock is suspended. So at the end of 3 quarters, it's 41-0. We're in a running clock situation, which will be the situation for the duration of this game. Barrington out in front. The lead is now virtually insurmountable with a running clock and down by 41 points. You've got 12 minutes left, but it's real fast minutes. These are going to fly right by. And Barrington has thus far put on quite an impressive overall performance in the first game. The 2 biggest question marks going into the game were the quarterback and the defense. Right now we have a shutout, and we've got a quarterback playing like he's been playing as a starter for about a year or so. So, very impressive game thus far for Barrington.
Yes, and it looks like Barrington has a good quarterback in Raniero. He has been on target tonight, both with his passing and his running.
Certainly going to send a signal around the league that Barrington may be the team to beat. Palatine is playing a very tough opponent, but struggling, and Fremd is having they're playing tough opponents, but everybody else is in close games, basically.
So a handoff up the middle to number, I think it was 31, but I don't see a 31, no, 34. Ethan Haig. So the fullback picks up about 4 yards there. Again. Oh!
That was quite a hit coming across there. That's number 20. Or 24 for Barrington on that last tackle, and closed very quickly on that one.
Magliori taking quite the hit there.
Victor Caddis, free safety, senior, 6'1", 170.
But he's back up and he's got the ball again knocked down, but he's got a first down. Good pickup for Magliore there.
Barrington has a few substitutes on the field right now. I don't see Jackson Perkins out there. The big number 99 is on the sideline now. So they've got some younger players in there getting some experience.
Fakes a handoff, puts it up, and it's complete. Touchdown.
Touchdown Glenbrook South, and they avoid a shutout. However, we still have a running clock, and it's under 10 minutes.
Jake Smiley on the reception and the touchdown. So the Glenbrook South fans, a little something to cheer about there. They're on the board. Point after. It's up. Oh, bounces it off the upright and through. It's
barely good. Bounces in for the extra point. So 41-7, and the clock
continuing to run.
Continuing to run here. I thought it stopped after scores, but they're not stopping it now. It's we're under 9 minutes and still rolling seconds off the clock. (41-7) with we're going to be 8 minutes before much longer here, the way it's going. So Barrington now with the running clock and this big a lead, they're letting some younger players and some second string and third string players see some action, so that they can advance their skills in this game and have some fun playing an actual game as opposed to just going to the practices all the time.
Interesting to see if Griffin Gabbert comes out as quarterback now. He was warming up a little earlier.
We're in a situation here where 2-3 first downs could just about run out the clock.
High kick taken at the 18. Grant Leichter on the return. Not much yardage on the return. So they'll take it. 1st and 10 at their own 20.
All the way down to 7 minutes as Barrington hikes it on first down. It's a run brought down for a little loss.
And a loss of about 5. And Griffin Gabbert indeed in at quarterback.
Quite a loss, yeah. 5-6 yards loss on that play, so. Gabbert in at quarterback. 5'9", 160, a senior.
And he's gone from wide receiver to quarterback. Hands it off up the middle. If they got the 5 back that they lost. So Ethan Glowacki on the carry. So 3rd and 10 coming up here. See if Gabbert gets to put up his first pass. No, he's going to fake the handoff and be sacked.
Clock racing along. We're down to 5.5 and still running. 4th down, so
Loss of 2 on the
Glenbrook
play.
South will have another opportunity here with the football. Had Barrington gotten a couple of first downs, they had a chance to come pretty darn close to running out the clock.
Number 22, Mike Owsley, on at the last minute there. Oh, blocked punt.
Punt.
So, see where they mark
Number
it.
44 got in there and blocked it for Glenbrook South.
At the 29-yard
Jake
line.
Turk, defensive end, 6'0", 205.
So Glenbrook South with a short field inside the 30 at the 29.
Short field, and we're just a little over 4 minutes now as the clock races along non-stop.
Handoff up the middle. Ethan Haig picks up about 3. Glenbrook South with a chance to make it look a little bit more respectable. Fakes a handoff. putting it up and complete out to
Got it.
number 29, Jake Smiley. Smiley with their first touchdown a little bit earlier. Complete out to about the 12-yard line, a first down.
The clock acting as an opponent of Glenbrook South right now. We're down to 3 minutes, so they've got to hustle. They've got to do something to punch it in, or the clock will run out on them.
Hand off up the middle,
And here it
big
is.
hole.
Big hole, and
Down to about the 2-yard line maybe.
another first down right near the goal line. So looks like they're going to have an opportunity to punch it in and make it a 2-touchdown game for them.
Looks like they marked it at the 3. 2.5 left. And up the middle again. And he's in. Touchdown.
Touchdown with 2:23 remaining, but the clock continues going. And 41-13, they'll line up. They'll probably go for 2 here just to see what they can do with it. No, the kicker is on the field, so they're going to go for the kick for the point after touchdown.
Oh, dropped the
That's it.
snap. Putting up, and it looks like it's good. Did he hang on? He did.
Hung-
2 point.
Hung on for the 2-pointer there.
So Glenbrook South able to pull that one out.
May have been a drop, or maybe it was an intentional drop and he just picked it up and on the planned play and threw it in. Whatever it was complete and makes the score 41-15, but we're down to just over a minute with a running clock. So that will likely be, almost certainly be our final score, unless somehow Glenbrook South gets an onside kick and throws a long bomb. 58 seconds to go now. Teams lining up for the kickoff to Barrington.
Well, the snap on the point after attempt definitely hit the ground. Whether it was a design play or not, we don't know. So here's the kick, and he kicks it deep. Taking about the 11. And he's going to lose yardage.
Down, only 22 seconds left to go.
Grant
So
Leichter.
Barrington will now just line up and let the clock run out. We're down to 14, 13, 12. Very impressive game for Barrington.
And that was the last play. Clock running out.
Glenbrook not really doing anything until we hit a running clock. So Broncos win 41-15. And
Barrington looking awfully good here tonight.
and in phases of the games that where there were some question marks with the quarterback, just how good would he be in game conditions? And Nairo performed exceptionally well in game conditions. And as far as the defense, which had certainly created some off-season question marks with the way they exited the playoffs last year, allowing way too many points, they played very, very well throughout the entire night and only got scored upon after a running clock was put in and a lot of reserves were on the field. So Barrington certainly sends a message to the rest of the league that they're a major factor in the Mid-Suburban West this year, as they have been the last couple of years, and this year maybe this team showed signs tonight that they may be a little better than the last two teams, possibly. So we'll have to see how it all goes the next few weeks here. they've got crossover games with play more Central Suburban North. They play at Evanston a couple of weeks or 3 weeks, and we'll see how it goes from there. But certainly an impressive start for Barrington tonight.
Well, next week we'll be at Schaumburg. Schaumburg hosting Wheeling in the second game of the season. Tune in again for the Hoffman Estates TV Game of the Week. For John Anderson, I'm Bruce Anderson. Thanks for watching.